is heavy friending. I'm friending you so hard. An alliance slowly forming like a boner in my heart. So if you wanna fucking friend me, better give me all you got. No, I don't take this lightly, cause it's heavy, heavy friending.
There is an eagle flying. Yeah!
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Joe coming at you from my home.
Low energy.
Was that bad?
I'm Laura, and this is Heavy Friending, Austin's number one friendship-based podcast, and that's been confirmed by the mayor.
The mayor of Austin said it, and it's true. This is a friendship-based podcast. It started when Laura and we were complete strangers. We didn't know each other. And then through the magic of podcasting, we've become really the best of friends, especially over quarantine.
Yeah, we've been hanging out a lot during quarantine.
We Zoomed
FaceTiming
once.
it, drink once,
Twice?
thrice at least.
Okay, well, we don't need to count. We have guests here that we'd love to bring in. You know them, and you love them because they're talented, very talented, engaging, humorous individuals. But you might know them best for their musical abilities.
Were you waiting on me to say the next part?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if we were in the same room, you would have just
I would have picked up on it. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here with Heartbones.
Hey.
Hello.
Sabrina and Sean.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sabrina and Sean.
So
Sabrina
y'all will know
and Sean.
Sabrina also from Sweet Spirit and A Giant Dog. And Sean from, of course, Har Mar Superstar.
We were kind of waiting for the mayor to decree the show as the number one friendship podcast before we come on. So we're just really glad that finally happened. So thanks.
Yeah, I think that's a common theme because we're getting a lot of calls now.
Yeah.
A lot of calls. My mom may come on.
We put a lot of people on the waiting list to get Heartbones here.
Yeah, and we normally don't do a show until we can, at least circumvent or pass over a few guests first and make them wait. So,
and it's a who's who. Let me tell you. Oh my god, you'd be like, who?
Nice.
Who and who?
So you guys, you have like a million projects and you have all this stuff going on. How did you guys meet and how did all this get started? And give me the rundown.
I usually start this story, and I'm pretty curious to see how Sean would start this story.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll do a switch up, yeah.
okay. All right. Oh, man, I just I felt like the pressure to improv right there. And
No, don't panic. Just tell us the truth.
Panicking.
Sean, I just want to know what it was like.
Okay. Well, I was I was a huge A Giant Dog fan. I'm just going to tell the story. And so anytime I'd be in Austin playing at a festival, I think one of the particular favorite A Giant Dog shows I saw was during Fun. And I think it was a sideshow indoors at Barracuda, and it might even have been Red 7 then. But I was just like blown away by the show. I'd heard so much about the band, and I just love Sabrina's front person, like just energy. And it was just one of those things where I just couldn't get enough. So any time I could, I'd kind of gather my friends or bandmates or anything to see A Giant Dog whenever they'd, be in the same town as I was. And so I went and saw them at Triple Rock in Minneapolis when that still existed, and sort of, barged backstage and was like, hey, we need to go on tour together. And I think Sabrina was just sort of like, okay, and what do you do, and where, why, what, you know what I mean?
Who are you?
Had no idea who I was or what I did, and I just sort of, I just persistently annoyed them until we ended up on tour together as Har Mar and Sweet Spirit, and it was just such a fun time. Every night on stage, just our band and their band, we just had the best times together, and there was a lot of like stage diving and Sabrina joining us on stage, and eventually later on when
You
Sweet Spirit
barging
would
onto
come through.
stage.
Yeah, I mean just barging. There's a lot of barging, basically, is what happens in our
When Sean
relationship.
barged his way into my life
Into
in
your heart.
2016. Yes.
Yes, and then we bonded over El DeBarge, and we actually did. But I think once we started having Sabrina join us on stage to sing one of my songs called "Youth Without Love" and a Prince cover, "When You Were Mine," it just we just realized that our voices really like just sounded so good together, and the energy that we both put out was a no-brainer. So we just sort of decided we should try to write some songs together, and then Heartbones was born shortly
And
after.
the dance moves as well.
Yeah.
When I, the other day, when I went through the last 4 years of photos on my iCloud and videos, and cried a lot.
Wow.
I went through all of my relationships, all my mistakes, all my different
It's a great
hairstyles and body styles. I found a video of me and you, Sean, singing "When You Were Mine"
Oh, awesome.
in Brooklyn in 2016. And we did this really stupid dance move at one point. We both just thought of it at the same time, where we just put our bellies together, like poked our bellies together and started kind of shimmying our bellies, both exposed bellies.
And that was the moment.
That was probably when it really happened.
When you started
yeah.
crying.
You can't go back after that moment.
No.
No, and why would you?
And it turned out that we both somehow each gestated and birthed identical twins, but in our separate bodies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like the finale of the show. So that was fucked up.
I mean, I feel like a lot of friendship is just being annoying to the other person until they eventually like you.
I feel that. I could back that.
I mean, it works. Joe and I are a perfect example. We did an interview, and then next thing you know, I emailed and was like, "Hey, want to do a podcast?" And here we are.
Yeah, so you were the barger, Laura.
Yes,
barged
I'm a
into
big
Joe.
barger. I'm known for that.
Big barger Laura.
I'm hard to get.
El the barge.
Oh,
I'm thinking that maybe I have trouble making friends because nobody finds me annoying. Is that maybe why I have trouble socially?
so
Yeah.
Here's my question. Because you're both, successful on your own, and, you're front people on your own, and then you join up, and then you're sharing the stage lights. The roar of the crowd is now split in two for you guys. Like if I was hosting a podcast by myself, I would get more credit, and people would, only be fans of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Joe. Maybe people wouldn't know about you as much if you
Whoa.
didn't have Laura.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
that's a great point. That's a great point.
Theory, one
It doubles.
theory.
It doubles your family there. Like if this was a family party, you have twice as many guests because you both had your birthday party on the same day at the same park.
But a maximum of 10 people,
Yeah.
and you're spaced out 6 feet apart.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
always been this way.
You just made a really good argument for. So you saw it as expanding the fan base and sharing it.
Is more of a challenge. I think just the fact that like when you get together with someone else, that gives you a little bit like what comes out of it is something that you would never think. It's like a articulate union or this it's like this challenge. It just kind of their own thing completely. That's so their own. I can't think of words right now. I don't know what's happening, but
is it because you're mostly naked right now and it's weird to think?
Yeah, and you're wearing jewelry on your ankles.
I'm just wearing. Well, I'm not. The anklets that you think in Austin is it's different here. Anklets are socks, so that's all I'm wearing.
So how many of those are you wearing right now?
Well, one for each ankle, which is 7.
Oh,
cool. It's an odd number. Interesting.
I have a lot of ankle going on.
I think it's really interesting to only wear socks.
Well,
it's very porn of you.
It's very porn of you.
It's for the tan,
Right.
So I look like I have more like a hoof situation going on. And then everything else is just a gold and bronze.
Wow. You're really painting a picture, and I don't mind what I'm hearing.
So these are the kinds of words I can think of.
Joe's getting a cucumber out of the freezer right now.
But, I think, it's just a lot of fun to write with someone else and kind of have like a co-write situation where, you are taking responsibility for each other's feelings and words and the end product. And that like puts a different pressure on, but also takes a lot of pressure off at the same time, I guess. So I figured out how to
you articulated it perfectly now.
There we go. It took me that long.
Yeah, because, when you're alone, you're like, I'll just throw that out there. And then when you have someone else, you have to, you're not going to put you want it to be the best it can be when you have someone else to be accountable to. It makes a huge difference.
We definitely explored emotional zones more and kind of talked through things that we wouldn't have on our own, I don't think. So that kind of lent a really cool energy to what we came up with for the record,
Yeah, because when you think about writing songs on your own, I write them and I don't think about what they mean, really. I'm like writing it and I don't have to explain it. But I think then you do an interview or something and someone asks you, and just the process of explaining it or saying it out loud is so important to what you created.
Yeah.
And trying to get to the heart bone of what you created.
Oh.
Yes.
Whoa.
We did it.
Seamless.
Finally. So you guys, do you hang out a lot? Are you friends outside of your work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And do you ever fight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not I think it's more when we have fights or whatever you would call them, it's more of an inward freak out that we each have. But it definitely weighs heavy and we don't agree on everything all the time. And most of the time it works out to be for the best. And then, sometimes it just, one of us is in a weird headspace and then it spins the other one out. But I think that happens with everybody, but we're both pretty high energy, high emotion people. So, it's better.
Sean is the kind of friend who doesn't let me do my introverted turning inward and stewing thing. He'll let me get away with it for maybe a day, and then he'll be like, "So, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And then then my lip will start to quiver. Yeah, we're good at communicating with each other, and we've always been really open with each other throughout our friendship. And what's crazy is that in the past few years, we both just have been through a lot. Maybe it's just the ages that we're at, but we've been there for each other through a lot. Feels very familial.
I think it's we have a good combo of both taking things so inward that I go inward in a different way and kind of assume that everything that is ruining everybody else's time is because of me. So I have to seriously confirm or deny, and then that just causes a lot of talking through it, I feel like. And that's, so it comes from like a complete insecurity.
I mean, I feel like a lot of my friendships are like that. And I'm the one that's like, what's wrong? Are you mad at me? Hey, hi, hey. And Joe, maybe you're more of the reserved type.
Yeah, I don't like to actually say how I'm feeling about things.
Yeah, it's hard. It's one of those things you kind of, I think it comes from being like, you know, it's from a weird place of being self-centered where, you know, you're just like the main character in your own story. So you assume that, you know, if someone's having a problem, it's got to be because of you, when you don't realize that you're just like the, you know, the Kramer that comes in once in a while and is like, yeah.
That was beautiful, Sean. That was very well put.
That was.
I've kind of been trying to like realize that more and more lately. That was like, wait, that's really self-centered of me to assume that I'm like that person's problem, you know?
I feel like I'm the George Costanza, though.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you know, yeah, I feel like we're just a couple of Costanzas.
Yeah, we are. We totally are. Sometimes I refer to myself as like a couple of Costanzas or just the Costanzas.
Yeah. It's like a poetry team, a poetry slam team. Costanzas.
Oh my gosh.
Sean, we could become an improv team.
Oh, easily.
Soon.
We should.
Since we probably can't play music again for a while.
Improv is really great to do over the internet too, when there's someone in the audience.
Yeah,
it's great.
especially when you can't see.
Yeah, to really feed off of the silence.
Yeah, and getting suggestions from
that's the thing
audience.
that's been getting in the way. Yeah, classically, the audience has been what's been getting in the way of the fun of improv for
Yes.
years.
Definitely.
Yeah. So.
That's great. Well, I do want to say, before we get, you know, too far away from, you know, the music, which I guess you're maybe leaving behind for improv comedy. But I did want to say I am very much a fan of your music, and I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I feel like I was pulled in by the visual components and the music being tied together, because you guys are so funny with just even your like photographs and, you know, the colors and the outfits and everything just drew me in. And then I was listening to the music, and obviously that was equally as great.
Thanks. I think that was kind of the fun of starting this project, like with Heartbones, was sort of the fact that, like, by the time our first songwriting session was in Austin, like 2 years ago, April. So we wrote like 2 or 3 songs, and I feel like we had more photo setups than songs for like the first year of our band, because every time we'd get together to write, we'd do more photo shoots. So we were just really into like playing with like what we looked like as much as like what we sounded like, and we didn't really know either. And so we just sort of like went for it. And I feel like that was, we just had like promotional materials just ready to go constantly. And I think that was like kind of hilarious and kind of like really precocious and amazing of both of us, because I just like after about a year was like, what the fuck are we doing? We have like 8 songs and like 14 photo shoot setups. This is amazing. We're like so ahead of because sometimes that's like work you have to catch up to, and I think we've done this for so long that we like realize that we're like, well, let's just get like this other part that's super fun kind of going as well, so we don't have to like worry about that.
So this is fun for y'all, because like I feel like I look at a lot of the things I do as like it's all stressful. Like a photo shoot, oh my god, a photo shoot. I have to like put makeup on, and I have to suck my stomach in, and I have to, you know, it's always like I which is something I'm working on, is trying to, you know, be present in the moment, appreciate, and all that kind of stuff. But it sounds like this is fun.
Oh, we're hams, so it's like that's the fun
Part of what makes a photo shoot less nerve-wracking is to work with somebody that you trust and that puts you at ease. I've had a really close friend in Jackson Shorts for the last 10 years.
Oh, I shot with him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's
He's
so good.
great.
And he's done basically all of the Heartbone stuff.
Yep.
He knows how Sean and I want our faces to look. Mm-hmm. He's really chill and really balances out our vibe. He makes it an experience. He plays music on his speaker and, has snacks and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's and having a photographer who gives good direction is really important because it's not a selfie screen. You don't know what you look like while it's happening. Mm-hmm. So it's good to have somebody who you trust, that they know what you look like in your natural habitat, and they know a bit about your personality, so that they're not you're not represented too stiff or anything like that. And we have so much fun with Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's the
and
best.
his makeup too. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so talented.
Yeah, I'm just lucky. Like the things he has around his house or studio, wherever you end up shooting, like are just. He's ended up being able to like outfit me when I've flown in with not enough stuff to wear that looks cool in a shoot. It's like sometimes the stressful part for me is being like, oh, I brought
what
like
anklets?
one
anklets
pair
do
of
I
shoes.
wear?
Yeah, which anklets do I put on? But like, and then Jackson's got a room full of anklets. But honestly, like that is the thing. Like when I feel ill prepared, that's when I kind of freak out a little bit. But Jackson like totally makes that a non-issue, and then also makes me strive to like be more prepared. Like last time I flew for the Hot Dish album photo shoots, I flew in with like 2 giant suitcases full of just like the weirdest clothes. I feel like that is another bonding point between Sabrina and I, is that our closets are like hilariously just more costume than like practical clothing,
Yeah, it's funny how similar we dressed prior to knowing each other even. Oh, y'all want a fun fact?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
So I mentioned that Sean has a fiancée named Laura, of whom I'm very fond.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if Sean has even noticed that he does this. I'm sure over the past about year, anytime Sean and I get a matching item, like some cool sneakers that match, he'll get Laura a pair too. So actually there's like this third family member that matches with us. We all three have Bucky the Beaver onesies. We all have rainbow Vans. We all have
He's
that might
slowly
be it.
trying to get her in the band. Sounds
Yeah,
like.
basically. Or I just like I can't not be matching with someone all the time, or I just feel.
I love matching. It's so
It's
fun.
very funny.
It is.
Yeah.
It
One time,
is.
Joe and I went for a little interview at where did we go? The Statesman, and we showed up in the exact same outfit, and we didn't even plan it. It was so cute.
I love that.
I'm picturing Lederhosen.
That was it.
It was so
Exactly.
good. Yeah. It was laundry day.
He looked
All I
hot
had.
in that dress.
It was just you were just wearing nothing but the marathon number pinned onto your flesh, right? That was the kind
Yes,
of look.
and anklets, of course.
Yeah, and anklets. Anklets.
So, are y'all riding now in quarantine? Are you?
Are you writing, Sean?
Oh, that's a crazy question. No, I it's hard to. In theory, I am writing. Like in my mind, I'm making this album, but I'm like doing the work mentally to like prepare myself to like say that I'm writing an album. But in reality, there's not one note that I've actually committed to. But I've been making notes in my phone, and I'm waiting for that one day where I get kind of like toppled over the edge of actually finishing a song. So I have like ideas galore. I just haven't committed to what I want this next Har Mar album to be, besides that I want it to be the follow-up to my last album, which was called Best Summer Ever, and I just want it to come out this summer sometime and be called Worst Summer Ever. So that's all I know so far.
Perfect.
That might resonate with people.
I think so. It has to happen, basically. That's all I know. So that's
well, you have a lot of work cut out for you to get an album out this summer.
Yeah, well, I think you can just drop it at this point. I've got like 3 or 4 songs, so I'm not like hopeless, but I don't know what direction I really want to go. Once I start, I can write an album in 2 or 3 weeks. And then if I have a couple months to produce it out, I feel like confident I could probably have something out in August or something like that. But maybe it could be in September and kind of be a time capsule of what was just the worst summer ever. Who knows? I can spin it however I need to because that's how my lazy brain works.
I've been writing.
Yeah, what have you
me
been
over
doing?
here?
I want to know.
Well, I mean, I just I felt weird about when I said, Sean, have you been writing? It makes it sound like he writes all the songs for Heartbones or something.
No, that's not true at all.
That's not how I took it.
I thought it was going to be like, oh, yeah, how about you, Sabrina? Have you been writing? And I'd be like, yeah, a little bit, but not nearly as much as I usually do because of depression being so intense.
Yeah. It's a weird time. I mean, yeah, we were definitely not writing Heartbones stuff. That hasn't really even come up, but
we got a couple rounds of songs in February, though, so we're still fucking in front of our other album or ahead of our last one.
What is y'all's production? How does your production work? Are y'all do you self-produce this stuff or is it?
Oh no.
Okay.
We're good at like writing and finishing a song on our own, the two of us together kind of thing. But we have bandmates, Aaron Baum and Ryan Mock and Adam Hurlbert, who all have studios in their houses, and we couldn't do it without them. Like the sounds we get and the just like they're very instrumental to our instrumentation for sure.
Those are our touring bandmates.
I watched one of your performances on in the little studio thing. What was the name of the Current? One of those. The bass player was moving, man.
Oh yeah. Adam's great. You should check out his other band, Solid Gold, and we play together in gangs as well. And he's amazing. He's in another band called Arrow Flynn as well too. So you should check out his other work because it's highly recommended.
I will.
Very awesome
guys.
musician.
Everybody, check that out. I did want to ask too. That was to the listeners.
Yes. So Wait, what?
Hey, listeners, you do that too. I wanted to ask about, because this has happened to me, and I'm not a musician. I mean, I had a band in high school, but we don't need to talk about that. But I wanted to ask you if,
he brings it up a lot. He brings it up a lot.
If we have to talk about Tall, Dark, and Handsome,
here we go.
We can.
Ooh.
TDH.
It was a joke, so you can see it's a joke band.
We played one Battle of the Bands, and we did pretty well. I just we didn't win, but anyway, I wanted to ask, because sometimes I look out the window and a song comes to my mind, and then I'm in the kitchen and like a song comes to my mind, and I'm sort of like being reminded of music in different parts of my house. And so I wanted to know if you guys, that happens to you too.
My brain is crazy, so I'm like constantly muttering to myself, and I don't know if they're songs or just like random phrases. I feel like I'm kind of like, if I heard myself talking, I would have no idea what I'm even talking about. So I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know if what I'm saying right now. Honestly,
what was the question? Do different parts of our house
it was not
songs come to you? Yeah.
Well, and when I'm not talking about songwriting, I'm talking about like I looked out my window and I thought of the Kinks song "Sitting in My Hotel," and I was in my living room, and I thought of the Beach Boys like in my room. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not like, oh, that's a lyric. I'm like, oh, I'm like in a song right now.
That's cool. I mean, I feel like I've had moments like that, but I don't think they don't recur in the same rooms for me. You know what I mean? I feel like, what if you got like the wrong song, like an earworm that you don't want, and it was.
See, now I'm starting to get anxiety.
Turn your head now, baby.
Yeah.
Just spit me out.
Yeah, like every
Something
time.
like that.
Forever.
Every time you open the refrigerator, it's like, "Where's your head at? Where's your head at?"
It's like, wake up. Why'd you put on a little makeup?
I'll get knocked down. That's
Actually, that song does come to my mind a lot, unfortunately.
Every time you walk down the stairs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you flush the toilet, anytime your head hits the pillow.
This is scaring me because this is how my mind is, though. Is that I'll have some weird compulsion for like the next 5 years from this conversation.
Then you just have to keep moving. That don't impress me much.
Oh God, these are all those kind of songs. They're all the ones where I don't really know the words that well, but I just like know this one little thing, and then the rest is just like,
Yeah. I'm always like, lucky that my breasts are small and humble.
oh no! And I take them for mountains.
I'm picturing Pee-wee's Playhouse, and the furniture just each has a different song for you.
Yeah. Oh, but Pee-wee.
I've been hearing a lot of Boys to Men in my a cappella head, just because of the depression.
Oh.
You want to give us a little sample?
Now we've come to the end of the road. No, I can't let you go. I'll make love to you if you want me to.
I wish I could have like Home Depot deliver a barrel over to your place so you can kind of sing around and light fires in. Kind of do that classic
A barrel.
a fire barrel, kind of warming your hands, singing some quartet.
You got to get a fire barrel.
Jams over.
And like 3 friends.
Yeah.
I think if there were ever a time to have a fire barrel, we're living
Sent
in
to
it,
your
baby.
friend. That's what I've been doing this whole quarantine. I'd dress really formally, and I'd send fire barrels to all of my friends, any one of them. Don't worry, if you're my friend, a fire barrel's on the way.
Oh, great. I can't wait to get mine.
We just met. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Well, that's great, Sean, because if someone uses their fire barrel for things like, boiling water,
That's it.
and being able to see at night, then they can save money on electricity, and that helps because a lot of people are unemployed right now.
It's good for conjuring. It's good for singing over. It's good for,
Conjuring.
Rolling. You can also, you can get a lid for it, and you can maybe try your hand at Niagara Falls, maybe later on.
You can go in there and hide and then pop out and scare people.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You can always put straps on it and wear it in case you get in a situation where you've lost your clothes, but you need to, scurry around the
Always bring the barrel. Yeah, in case your clothes get lost.
I normally pack a barrel full of clothes for tour, so...
We're always like, God damn it, we have to get the barrel out. Every time we load into the club, put the barrel back
rolling it in.
Yeah, I insist on putting it in front of everything else. So you have to move it.
So where do y'all think,
Hate that barrel.
everything's changing. We're all going barrel. And we're never going back. But do you think this has altered the music industry, forever?
Laura,
even?
I can't even right now.
It's so hard to say. I'm worried about independent venues coming back. I just really hope there's some sort of bailout for them, because if we come back and every venue we love is like a Live Nation venue or something, it's just gonna
I'll never play another show.
I know, it's like there's just shit like that, that there's gonna be some sort of bounce back or reform from that too, but who knows what it looks like. And it's just too grim to even
It's really
guess.
hard to talk about. It's like talking about somebody with a terminal illness while they're still alive but suffering. It's
Yeah.
like,
God, that's a great way to put it.
that's how I'm feeling right now about our industry. It's like I can't speculate, and I'm hoping for the best, definitely, but it's hard. We're watching it lose major organs like small independent venues.
I feel like what's happening first is that restaurants are closing, which is such a bummer, and I think most of the musicians I know are service industry employees too. So it's like, first off, they're like jobs that they fall back on are gone already, and like, I'm just being, I don't think I'm being overly dramatic, but like in Minneapolis, a few of my favorite restaurants have already closed, just because if anybody was on shaky ground
Like
to
what?
start with. A place called Muddy Waters was great, a great restaurant, and another one called Bar Luchador has just decided to close.
We went there.
Yeah, and they're just great places that, if anybody was on any sort of shaky ground financially before this started, like there's 2 years of rebuilding and, maybe potentially 50% capacity kind of dining happening and things like that, even if it does open up. And it's bleak and shitty, and it's like, it's just making way for more Chipotles and Potbelly sandwich.
And it's not going to be
places.
great for the musicians either, because it's like we're going to be expected to help out,
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need that pay that you got before. Help us out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I don't think guest list exists anymore, so that's one thing. Nobody's going to be calling for the guest list, because that's a weird question.
I guess the scenario I picture is more like the venues that I'm used to playing that are like a 300 to 500 capacity room. Those are the perfect venues for a band of my scale. All the bands I'm in, that's pretty much the appropriate night for us.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I feel like when those places have to go to a 50 or 25% capacity, honestly, some of them might not even want to throw shows that way, but the ones that do want to throw shows that way, they're going to have to take like higher ticket artists than us, to make a profitable night out of 150 people or out of 250 people, charging, $50 a ticket, I believe. And so I feel like instead of seeing like Sean or Sabrina at the Empty Bottle or at, Barracuda, we're going to be seeing like Leon Bridges, Ty Segall for like a high dollar and, well-deserved, but it's like, the type of people who would be in that kind of demand. And that, I don't know, I hope we can be one of those bands, but that's how I see it maybe working. And I don't even see that happening until 2021 at all.
And it's already been dramatically reduced, like capacities, just ever since like, I don't know what I call like, I don't know, I think since Great White, really, since that fire, like the venues used to be packed in, and I think it's a lot safer now. But like a lot of places, the fire code capacity already feels kind of empty, So to take that down another 50% is kind of bleak feeling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously safety first, but it's going to take a lot of scientific knowledge and I don't know, the fact that it's been like politicized already is just like muddying the waters and making it so like hard to wrangle, just because people just want to go out and fight for haircuts that they never got in the first place,
That pretty much sums it up. I mean, yeah.
So to take it out on a bummer note,
I was wondering, what's everybody's sign?
Oh,
Aquarius.
okay. Cancer.
That's right, Sean. Oh, so Joe's a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. Sean's an Aquarius, like my sister. And Laura, what are you?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo.
Rare, baby.
So where do we take this?
What does that
information?
mean?
What do we
Yeah.
do?
So tell us about
Help
that.
us.
Well, I think that it's interesting because Sean's an Aquarius, my sister's an Aquarius. Like the power of relativity. I don't really sound like an insane person. Zodiac. There's magnetism filled with water. We're just like full of planets, and the times my dear friend Jackie Vincent's an Aquarius. Female body are very influenced by the moon. It's nature. It's the seasons. Gravity and by our relation to the planet, and so is the ocean. The ocean's influenced by the moon. Pull, yeah, or connection. Well, okay, so like there's. I did obviously smoke a whole joint, and I'm talking like it.
I really like it though. I'm like, what are they going to say next?
It's nature.
What?
It's the seasons.
Yo, the moon and the tides, and we're made of water. And you said we're full of it. And I think we are.
Fucking full of it. And
we're all full of it.
The reason I was asking everybody's zodiac sign was completely to divert the subject because I was getting really, really depressed.
I was too. I got goosebumps at one point. I was like, oh my God, if y'all can't get a show, my fucking ass ain't getting a fucking show. I'm going to be, I was going to say at Dozen Street on a midnight, but there ain't even Dozen Street anymore. That closed down too.
You just start talking like you're at Burning Man, like I did.
Yeah.
It's like,
the sun.
I know there's a God, but who created God?
Whoa.
Laura, I can't right now, okay?
No, I think this is perfect for you, Sabrina, because I have a game. It's just fun. We were talking about there's water inside of us. Well, we're going to play a game called Guess What's Inside of Me.
A frozen cucumber.
Okay.
Obvious. Game over.
Okay. We'll play. Round 2 is different from round 1.
I just
guys
won.
But I want you. Okay, so listen. I'm going to be putting a food inside of me, and you have to tell me what it is. Okay? So listen closely.
Oh, God.
Okay, you hear this? Sean?
We can't hear.
You don't know me.
Are we supposed to hear something
right now? I'm just stirring it. Okay, I'm not even
You don't know
putting
what
it
I've
inside.
seen.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
a clue right there.
Trying to help you.
This is stirring me
It
right
can
now.
be stirred.
Smoothie. Are you drinking beans out of a can?
Drinking beans.
That would so go along
That
with the
goes
whole
with
barrel
the barrel. Yeah.
I'm obviously obsessed with my future.
Barrel on the mind. Are we supposed to hear something now?
Are you just slurping?
Okay, sick.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to make sound.
Wow.
It doesn't actually make a lot of sound unless you slurp.
Is that a pudding cup?
I like where
yeah.
your head's at with the consistency.
You got pudding cup?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to a pudding cup.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I know
cup
what it is
or the
because you
pudding?
told me. I forgot.
Is it a vat of mayonnaise? Because if so, I regret coming on this podcast.
Is it like, did you get the contents of a packet of Lickamade Fun Dip wet? And
Stir it up. Yeah, stir it up with the stick, the fun stick.
Yeah.
And then
That
you
looks-
slurp it off of the...
Am I close? Is that why you're not
Stick.
answering?
You're so, I mean, when you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, I was just a millimeter away.
Oh, yogurt. Is it
A
cottage
milkshake.
cheese?
A yogurt
Okay.
cottage cheese milkshake.
Dairy,
cottage
we're in
cheese.
dairy. You're
Dairy-
right on
oh.
the money with dairy.
Yogurt? So,
No.
Frogurt? Did you find an old jug of Frogurt?
No, but we're going to go to final round.
Oh, jug of Frogurt.
You're-
Can we play the jug of Frogurt commercial actually now?
Oh, I wish I were high right now because this whole thing. All right.
Juicy Fruit Mountain.
Juicy Fruit Mountain.
That's
okay, we're
where
going to
I'm
lock
transported to.
that answer in. Sabrina, what's your final answer?
Cream cheese bisque.
Okay. Okay, Sabrina?
Cooking in a barrel, living in a yurt. Grab your jug of Frogurt.
Oh,
That was
Wait,
the
here's the
quickest I could come up with
Yeah,
a jingle
that
for
was good.
Frogurt.
Maybe
It's not my
maybe
best
did
work.
you take milk and mix it with your own blood and then drink it back?
Ew.
it would be kind of pink.
Pink,
then.
yeah. So maybe like
Cute.
So I'm feeling pink, and I'm gonna say Pepto-Bismol.
Yes, yeah, I think so too. I think you were drinking Pepto
Yeah.
because
Okay.
you had too much dairy, and that's why you said you're on with the dairy. You're on something.
Oh. No, it's actually dairy. It is because I have to eat dairy really fast. I eat it by the spoonful.
Like it's
and
beans.
this is sour cream.
Oh, wait. So you were slurping sour cream?
It's disgusting.
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
Wait.
Fuck.
I don't know if our friendship is that strong yet.
What?
Are you actually throwing
No,
up?
I'm just gagging. Okay.
I understand.
I haven't been exposed to many people, and you're like right in there, and I'm remembering the sound now, and it's just
Of
right
all
in
the
there.
people to
Yeah.
be exposed
Yeah.
to, it's a lot. I know.
It's more, yes.
Laura and
This,
Joe.
I would like to say it's our first time we've made someone gag, but
Yeah.
it's not. And it's happened
this-
on live television before.
More of
actually.
a dour cream. You've taken the mood and made it
Nice.
dour.
Yes. Jackpot. And I just want to point out it is room temperature because it's been sitting out this whole time.
Why? What
And I
what
want
is
to point out
happening?
this is not a game we
game.
had to play because
game.
it's a game that we reserve for when we're having a hard time with the guests.
Listen.
Like we can't, they're not talking a
when
lot.
your guests are
like,
difficult to you.
just when they're not talking a lot and you got some time to fill and we're like, oh, we'll go with the old game thing. Like we definitely didn't need to play
Okay.
it right now.
You know what? Some would argue we were in a very negative space, and really the sour cream brought us back to happiness.
I don't know if that was
A lot of
true.
people are saying that.
That's what friends are for.
See, I think I saved it. I think the sour cream
Yeah, you
sort
saved
of
it.
brought us all
You
together.
did.
Everyone's going to think that when they hear it.
We
Yeah.
owe
There's like
you
this
a
great
lot.
conversation, and then Joe's like, "Hey, wait, guys,
Yeah.
but listen,
Basically,
I want you to hear me." Fucking
Joe is
Room
Joe is riding
temperature.
on the shoulders of everyone who's listening right now, just like a hero and a god. He's like, gee, I cannot believe that sour cream move, man. That guy.
They're listening back because then they're like, now that I know.
Wait,
Great.
Joe disappeared. Joe, you disappeared for most of that.
Yeah.
Did
Hello?
you mute yourself because you were saying such amazing
Joe?
stuff? Joe,
We'll have to listen to
Joe,
the
are you
tape
with
because
us?
maybe spoiled sour
Was-
cream is not good for you.
No, I think he upset his stomach, and
Yeah.
that's why he went quiet.
He's
Well,
going,
guys, thank y'all for coming on the show.
All right.
yeah, that was just 1 hour. We need like 6 more 1 hour sessions to get to the bottom of everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, because we want to have him eat low fat sour cream
Yeah.
and all the different ones.
Well, we want to keep this container of sour cream out until we finish the other 6 hours of podcasting. It's
a great
then Try
idea.
it again. Yeah. So,
Y'all, I'm going to do all our charts. Like,
Yeah.
in the meantime.
And link us up and I want to know if we'd all work out, you know.
Yeah, I want
As
to
a-
know if we're
as a
all going to
foursome.
work out.
I need to know if I'm going to get a barrel in the mail.
Ooh.
Yep.
No.
Thank y'all for coming on Heavy Friending, Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast. Probably number one for people gagging at this point too, I think.
Well,
And it's
a whole
a
new genre.
milestone for some. I consider it an accomplishment. So
this is fun.
yeah, thank y'all so much. And
Thank you,
stay
guys.
safe and all that stuff. And I can't wait to hear new music, and I hope everything, I hope it works out for all of us.
We're gonna be fine. We just have to,
Just get those barrels.
Get these barrels going.
We'll get those barrels going. Everything will be good.
Don't forget your anklets.
We were talking off mic before,
Wait, who's
before
Mike?
Nice.
We were all talking him off together as a podcast.